Elden Ring is this year's most anticipated game. A lot of people are going crazy for this. The marketing for this game is going high. They've got a bus in London just covered in Elden Ring. So why? Why are people going for this? Well, this video has got you covered. Elden Ring has been developed by From Software, the same guys that brought gamers the Soul series, Bloodborne, and Sekiro. Which just basically means that From Software is delivering yet another game that's going to make people rage. If you have not played any of these games, they are basically well known for being extremely easy games that you can just sit down and have a fun time popping bubble wrap. Okay, but for real, you might need that bubble wrap to wrap your controller and screen because something might get destroyed. The enemies that you fight at the start of the game literally have the potential to end your gaming career. These games that From Software has created aren't only well known for being rage-inducing, but it is well known for having the dark fantasy setting. Now, what's dark fantasy? Dark fantasy is basically think fantasy, but mix it with horror. So it's not elves, fairies, and rainbows. It's skeletons, zombies, weird-looking creatures like a chest monster. Man, I hate those mimics. But yeah, just very weird monsters that you wouldn't normally see. They can be very grotesque as well. It's something that you just look at and just say, ew. However, it can be interesting. Or maybe I've gone insane. Okay, but that can't only be the reason why people are getting this game, right? Well, there's another thing about this game that makes it special. The story of Elden Ring is being done in collaboration with George R.R. Martin. Yes, it's the guy who gave you Game of Thrones. Also, the story is a sequel to the Dark Souls series, which is obviously why the Souls fans are screaming their heads off. So here's what we're looking at. The original man who did the Dark Souls series, Hidetaka Miyazaki, is collaborating with Game of Thrones man to make a sequel to the Dark Souls series. That's quite a mix-up. It's like me dipping fries into a milkshake. I've actually tried that and it's not too bad. Now, what's the story about? Well, the story takes place in the realm called the Lands Between. What a fancy name. We follow the story of the Tarnished, who were banished from this realm. You, being as the Tarnished, have to rebuild the shattered pieces of the Elden Ring to become an Elden Lord, while getting your ass handed by all these creepy things. The question is, do you need to play the Souls games to understand the story for this one? Apparently you don't need to. I'm guessing that there will be hints or tiny bits of information relating back to the Souls games, but overall, you don't need to. However, if you're a person that likes to understand the lore of this game, then you might have to jump back into the Souls series. Just know that the Souls games barely had any cutscenes to explain the story. You would have to make up your own interpretations to learn the story. Out of the Souls games, I've only played Dark Souls 3, and I must say, after completing it, I can't wait for Elden Ring. Even though fighting these hard bosses or enemies can make you fling your controller like a Wii remote, something about fighting a hard boss and winning against those odds feels very rewarding. Also, I wish I had the time to experiment with different kinds of builds in Dark Souls 3. Maybe I'll do it with Elden Ring, who knows. I have played through Sekiro as well, but it doesn't really matter much in terms of combat, and you can't customize the character as much as you can in a Souls game. Sekiro's story and characters are also different to the Souls series. However, Sekiro can also be just as difficult as a Souls game, so I guess it can have some sort of connection to Elden Ring. So how is this game different from the Dark Souls games? Because this looks like a copy and paste type of game. Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there. It pretty much looks like the same game, but there's more features in there that makes the game slightly different. Firstly, Elden Ring is an open world game. The previous games were more like a 3D Metroidvania, where there's multiple paths you can take, but it's still within a confined space. It's like a Mario game and there's hidden paths here and there. Instead of tiny claustrophobic spaces, you now have huge wide areas with the occasional tiny spaces littered around the map. And you have much more freedom to explore those places. You get to even ride a horse, so if that doesn't tell you that it's an open world, then I don't know what to say. But you know what's the best feature for Souls fans? A map. A feature that you would see in any game, but for some reason, after 12 years of game development, they never thought to put in a feature that allows you to know your way around. Okay, I'm only kidding. That's probably a feature that wasn't really needed. It gives the world a feeling of awe as you make your way around unique places in the game without having something to tell you where to go. It is quite an immersive experience when you get lost and find new places to explore without relying on a map. You probably still have that same sense of exploration in Elden Ring, just that you can mark places where you like to go now, and that you won't easily get lost. Should I get Elden Ring then? Well, if you're a person like me that likes to try out an easy game, let me just say that again, easy game, then I'd say go for it. Okay, but for real, if you want a challenge, you've had enough of playing baby games where it's just too easy, then I would challenge myself to play this game. Just don't say I didn't warn you on how hard this game is. Literally, a skeleton has the power to end your gaming career. Hopefully this game will have a proper story to follow with cutscenes explaining stuff. But who knows? Maybe Hidetaka Miyazaki would like to keep players baffled about the story. Which isn't too bad. I like the thought of interpreting the story in your own ways. Then again, I'm hella dumb, so maybe not. My brain can only handle so much. Although if you want to relax, then you're not gonna have any of that in here. This is where the real gamers are at. Once again, I've probably just pissed off a bunch of gamers. But really, I'm liking everything that I'm seeing. From the weird ass monsters or things to the overall environment. The whole world looks pretty amazing. Also, the music just sounds so epic. But that's just how it is with every Souls game as well. Anyways, I can't wait to feel the utter despair of losing against a boss or enemy multiple times and losing all my XP points somewhere. I can already feel that pain again, and that great feeling of fighting a boss, learning his attack patterns, timing your dodges and attacks to defeat it. Maybe this game is really just built for masochists like myself. Have I just discovered a new kink? Hope you guys found this video useful. Give it a like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more, and I shall see you later. The other one. Oh my! You kidding me? There was a hole there?